Hello, J-Bo here again on my YouTube channel for fellow YouTubers and anybody else interested in the Bearman Big Bore 38 Special, the newer version with the square trigger guard. That's an indicator of the newer version of this. And what's really new about this is they put Loctite in here, which that blue is starting to wear off, but I shot about 50 rounds through it today of Remington UMC 38 special rounds. I have a couple of dummy snap caps inside here, and with the new trigger you can easily cock this with one hand thumb. You don't have to strong arm it like the other older versions of the other reviews you see on YouTube. And it's got a relatively easy hammer cock, nice and quiet. It's not as gravelly and rough, and the trigger is easier to pull, and you can shoot with one hand easily. As you will see montaged into this video, I have a 4-part short little series of me shooting this, and you will see how it performs. The assessment I have come up with is that the trigger is better. You can shoot it with one hand, you can cock it with one hand, so you would be able to use this for self-defense. But the drawback is it is still inaccurate in that it shoots high. But I had center groupings and it just shot high. The lower barrel seems to be the one that is most accurate. So if you aim about 6 inches below a target at about 10 feet, you will hit the target in the middle. And the top one will still go over the target, even if you're shooting under what you're aiming at. And I think that's just the nature of that. And we had noticed that there was chamfering on this that is different than other versions. This actually has a chamfering on it, and I did get really good groupings with it. I did. So they've made some changes, and it is a good gun. I like it. $120. It did what I needed it to today, as you'll see in the videos. It's not perfect, but it's better than the other ones that have been reviewed. So I hope you enjoy that. That screw did stay tight, and that Loctite from the factory does work, and it's not bad. I think it might be something you'll enjoy now that you can pull it with one hand and fire instead of having to fight with it with two hands, making it uncomfortable. I shot this several times today. My fingers aren't sore. It does what it's supposed to. Very happy with it. I think you will seriously enjoy that. So stick around and watch the short little video segments that I shot today while shooting, and I hope you enjoy. So what I was doing is shooting this, sighting it in, and you can see I did hit the target, but I had to find my zone for it. I was aiming down here to hit here with the top barrel, and the bottom barrel, I mean. Then the top barrel I would hit here, aiming in the same place from about 10 or 15 feet. So this is bottom barrel, top barrel, aiming down here. So it seems to be pretty good groupings. So I'm happy with the groupings. It's just you have to aim a lot lower than what you're shooting at, which is, you know, you get used to that. That's typical with some firearms, but I mean, this is just a fun gun. It's not a serious thing, and I think if you were going to use this for a self-defense thing, which I think you could with this because the trigger is manageable, that you could do that. And I think that would be fine. And you'd have to be close to your target though. You only get 2 shots. But this works well enough for me. I'm happy with it. It's $120. And I'm hitting what I've adjusted with the, like Hickok 45 says, Kentucky windage. You just wing it and shoot until you hit something. And I get some groupings. So that's about the difference right there. It's good. So to sum it up, it's got good groupings and still shoots way high like the other ones do. But I'm not unhappy with it because the trigger works fine. I like it. It cocks with one hand. You can shoot with one hand, and that makes it fun. Well, I'm going to shoot this one-handed. I have to aim underneath. And I just missed. It wasn't by much. And that one goes above it. All right, not standing very far away. And I'm gonna shoot one-handed because I gotta film. I'll try to do the best I can. I actually didn't miss by much. And that went way above it. So, it's this newer version, very much easier to shoot and cock with one thumb. And it's not accurate, just like the other versions. So we are going to take test shot number 2. And what I'm going to do is, you can see I tried to shoot one of these tin cans from standing up close, and both shots went over it. That was aiming right at the can at this distance. So picture if you were shooting somebody, defending yourself, you would shoot about that much higher right there. So I think that's acceptable. That's, you know, about 6-7 feet. So now we're going to take, and you'll see I'll be able to cock it with one hand. That's really the deal breaker for me with this newer trigger. I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot underneath it. And we hit the can. This one should go higher. And it did. See that? So one barrel is pretty much right on at close distance if you make a slight adjustment. And then the other one is even shooting in the same place. Goes that high from this distance. And I'm a big guy with a strong grip. And so that was a pretty decent shot with one hand. And so it's effective. It worked. I'm happy with it. So checking this out, getting good primer strikes. Both of those are very good. At least new out of the box. Maybe after 100, 200 rounds, there might be problems because it's a cheap gun. We'll find out. But that's pretty good.